bit. The next speaker is Sheriff Mike Crenshaw, Sheriff of Oconee County. Sheriff Crenshaw has 33 years of law enforcement experience and has graduated from some of the top national academies in law enforcement. Sheriff Crenshaw impressed many in our community as a panelist at the Emerge Change for Black Lives Forum in Seneca on June 8th that we've already referred to a couple of times. It was a community response for the George Floyd incident. And the audience found that Sheriff Crenshaw was open. He condemned the action and procedures of the law enforcement officers in the Floyd case. And he labeled them as the very antithesis of good police procedure. He stood and answered questions and had empathy for the folks who were there and committed himself to listen to diverse voices in the community. As evidenced by his participation today, I think you see that he is doing that. I read in the paper today that Sheriff Crenshaw has just been elected president of the South Carolina Sheriff's Association. So that means Sheriff Crenshaw can have broad influence on law enforcement agencies across our state to promote his and our philosophies for public safety, proper use of force, and justice in law enforcement. And so here is Mike Crenshaw. Thank you, Mike.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I appreciate this opportunity that you give me to come on this evening and speak. I consider it an honor to come before you and talk with you this evening. I've enjoyed listening to Ernestine and Hosea, who are folks that I know personally, great people, and I wish them luck in their upcoming elections. A few things that I'll try to be quick and maybe get everybody back on schedule. Certainly want to give you an update on the Sheriff's Office. 2020 has been an unusual year for everyone. It's been an unusual year for the Sheriff's Office. It's been an unusual year for law enforcement across our state. You know, specifically for Oconee County, you know, I was just horrified at the damage from the tornado, but yet I was so encouraged with the unity that I saw our community coming together after the tornado in Oconee County, neighbor helping neighbor. And, you know, that's the really what we should be doing. But, you know, with COVID on top of that, we've been very fortunate to stay somewhat healthy. I have had 2 employees that have tested positive out of close to 200 employees total, if you count the detention center and our 911 center and our animal services. So, you know, we're certainly advocating the mask wearing and hand washing, and you know, trying to keep folks as healthy as we can so that we can serve our citizens as we go forward. Staffing levels for the Sheriff's Office, we've been able to relatively stay fully staffed. Currently have 1 opening for a school resource officer. If anyone is interested in that job is currently posted at oconeesc.com. But you know, you mentioned the Sheriff's Association, and we had the opportunity last week, the Sheriffs of South Carolina, to meet with DHEC to try to get some more information of how we can better serve our citizens from a law enforcement perspective, how DHEC can better serve all of us moving forward and into the fall. But you know, if you should need to contact me, I've always tried to be the sheriff for all of our citizens. It doesn't matter to me who you are, but if I can ever help anyone, please reach out to me. Email is probably the best way that you can get in touch with me and not have to play phone tag. You call and leave a message, or me call you back. First initial, last name, MCrenshaw at OconeeLaw.com. Jody talked about police reform. You know, the Sheriff's Association has certainly taken a role along with the Law Enforcement Officers Association in looking to address police reform. We've put forth probably 14, 15 ideas for the General Assembly to consider once they go back into session. A lot of lot of police mandates when it comes to policy, when it comes to procedure. To give you a little bit of perspective of South Carolina, we have about 315 law enforcement agencies in our state. A little over 100, I think 110, 112 of those agencies are departments of 10 officers or less. And, when it comes to enhancing our profession, we've talked about minimum standards across South Carolina. I really think this will be a positive move for every agency. Every law enforcement agency in South Carolina is required to have minimum standards when it comes to use of force, continuum, things like vehicle pursuit. We actually have talked with the idea is to make it a duty to intervene, where an officer can actually lose their certification if they fail to intervene in a situation such as happened in the George Floyd incident. No-knock warrants, hiring practices, mandatory training, body cameras for all agencies, implementation of that, explanation on crowd control, dispersing crowds, implementing things like that statewide, so that what's happening in Oconee County is the same that's happening in York County or Richland County or Horry County or Georgetown County across our state. Since the meeting, I have been open ears and listening. The sheriff's office has gone forward with a cultural diversity program, and I emphasize program because this is not a training class. This is not a check the box where we can say we provided some PowerPoint presentation to our employees. We've hired a cultural diversity director. When we talk about equity, when we talk about inclusion, and what we're trying to do at the sheriff's office is kind of a unique program. I don't know that there may be some other agencies, I'm not sure, but we're trying to change from the inside out. Look at our agency and everything that we do in hiring and promotions throughout all of our policies, throughout all of our procedures. And then, the goal is for us to be better prepared to go out and meet our community. My goal for Oconee County is that no one should ever be fearful of the police. No one should ever be afraid of law enforcement when it comes to a traffic stop or any encounter whatsoever. So we've got some work to do, but I've seen progress already just in the short few weeks that we've been discussing this and what we're doing at the sheriff's office in hiring, in promotions, when we talk about equity and inclusion. But I just appreciate the opportunity that you give me to come on today. Enjoy the friendships, enjoy the partnership that I've had with each of you. And if I can ever help you going forward, please, please, please reach out to me. I truly care about our county. I love Oconee County, and I truly want law enforcement to be better than it's been in the past, not only for Oconee County, but I've got an opportunity now to hopefully change law enforcement across our state, and I'm committed to doing that. So, Jody, I thank you. I appreciate each of you, and if I can ever help you, please reach out to me.
Thank you so much, Sheriff Crenshaw. I've got a lot of respect for you, and I appreciate how you're taking this situation and moving forward in a positive way. And really your commitment to serve the people. So thank you for being with us today.